Currently, we have over 20 children whose parents have not yet been found or whose parents have not yet come to claim for them. But of course, as I said, we are working in collaboration with the police, so we'll still work hand in hand with police and other CSOs, like a Uganda Child Rights NGO network that are currently in place to ensure that these children are reintegrated back to their families even after the celebration. It's not just on the day of the celebration, but even beyond the celebration, as we all know that home is the best place for every child to grow in and thrive, both psychologically, spiritually, and developmentally. Get lost, there is a tent there for children, or in case you collapse, there is a tent to come and check for your child.
So we are here at the Namugongo Shrine on Martyrs Day, and you're looking at the first line of defense for children at the gate, whereby any child who is coming in is tagged with their parents' phone number.
That's why we are writing the baby's names. Please don't wrap it. Yes, our clothes has a pocket. Okay, your number. You read for me your number.
And today I'm bringing you the unsung heroes on days like this, where everybody focuses on the prayers, on the story of the Christian martyrs who were murdered on the orders of Kabaka Mwanga between 1885 to 1887. And as we mark the day, as we celebrate, there are other things that run in the background, as most of you know that the world doesn't stop running. And so that is the case of where children get lost. So this is a video that will show you the people who help the children and what they do with them. And in case you lost a child, what to do and the steps you can take on a day like this. There is even advice for you if you're planning to come with a child from a police officer. Well, watch and you learn something today as we enjoy, as we commemorate, and as we celebrate those who were brave enough to say no to a king.
We always come here every year because every year we celebrate the Uganda Martyrs Day, and we purpose to be here because our mandate for children has got no boundaries. As long as children will continue needing safety and their rights being recognized and upheld, we shall always be in those spaces where we can help, where we can give a hand, where we can offer any kind of support.
We started yesterday, and for now, sometimes when parents come with their children, along the way, when they enter into the place here, they get lost, and once they get lost, sometimes there are those ones who are got by Good Samaritans, and they know where Child and Family Protection Unit is. They are brought here, we register their cases, and then we're able to assess them, get to know their names, get to know their parents, where they're from, and how they came here.
Oh no, Kakoza. Linya tata we. Aine myaka emeka? Mwana. Natwanda.
This tent is going to be here up tomorrow. And then after tomorrow, these children are going to be transferred to CPS Kampala because that is where police has a shelter for children. And we hope to keep them there for 1 or 2 days because you cannot maintain them for a long time. And then children who will not have been taken by the parents will be taken to the children's homes through the offices of the probation and social welfare officer.
From the experience yesterday, most of these children come with caregivers or even their biological parents to be able to be part of this celebration. But also, there are those ones who come individually from home. They are allowed by their parents to be able to come to be part of this. And it is very challenging to see that sometimes these children don't find their ways back home. Others get departed from their parents while on the line, and when they reach here, there's a place that we're able to take care of them to ensure that they are safe, but also to help us to be able to reconcile with them with their families.
Now the married couples.
My name is Hope Hadiru, and I'm a social worker from Dwelling Places. When we receive a parent, we allow them to first register at the police, because when we have children, they have already been registered as missing children. So once the parent appears, we then interview them and ask them how the child got lost. So if a child can speak, they will be able to tell us the same story. But if the child can't speak, the parent will tell us. So she has to sign some papers that show us that she has actually received her child for authenticity.
Well, if you had plans of stealing a child, this is the last place you would come to, because there are steps and regulations that have to be followed before you can pick a child from here.
We are a team of organizations that are working together with Child and Family Protection Unit. When they are here, we ensure that we give them comfort, we counsel them, we give them a safe environment to ensure that, okay, your parents are we are here to help you, and your parents will be able to find you from here. So starting from yesterday, we have been able to reunite some of these children with their parents, but also there are those ones whom we are not able to reunite them. So they are still around even on 3rd of June. So we expect that maybe the last day, the caregivers or the parents or the relatives will be able to come and get them.
So I encourage parents, those whose children have been lost, to come to the police, to come to the tent here and report and cross-check where their children are among these ones. Even if they are not among, they should make reports, because you find that there are children who have gotten lost from here, but they have moved out of Namugongo, and we could get them at other police stations. So we normally combine all and either bring them here or we shall combine them at the CPS. But I also encourage parents that on such days like this, they should not move with children, because it is very risky to keep a child here who wants to play, who wants to move around. And yet the numbers are many and you're kept in a very specific place. So I encourage them to bring them on normally the day for the children is on 30th of May. To bring them in advance, enjoy their day, participate in activities of Martyrs Day, and then on 3rd, the parents can come alone, because it is a risk.
So there are those children that come as a result of their church coming to celebrate part of this. And the challenge with that, there is no kin person who monitors these children. They just follow after the adults who are coming to be part of this. So when they are here, one of the big challenges is every person concentrates on themselves, and these children are left alone. And if they can't follow the other adults who came with them, they end up getting lost. And that's why, very importantly, parents who allow their children to follow the big one without proper supervision is not good. And we're encouraging, at least the children who are younger, it's not even advisable to come here, because they can easily get lost. But also there are those ones who are late to just come from even the nearby communities. They come alone and then they don't know how to go back home. And also there are those ones, they come with their fellow young children, and then along the way they depart ways. And that's why children cannot take care of children when they're in a community like this.
It's midday, it is offertory, but people are still coming in. So this is basically what is at the entrance here.
In most cases, when they're entering the gate and they're moving, they get lost. But also the time of departure is when they get lost, when people are going back home, or when they're exiting the venue is when they get lost. So it's very important that we take care of our children, we preserve them, we don't let them loiter anyhow, because not everyone who is here has good intention. Some of them are actually targeting these young children, and that's why we are here to ensure that they are protected and we preserve their life and be able to provide for them. And with the help of other organizations, we see that some of them come when they are hungry, they have not eaten, so there is need also to be able to ensure that they are eating, they are drinking. Even the babies also get lost. Breastfeeding children also get lost. And it is very critical that we take observation of our children very well.
Hello, Mama baby, just sit down wali.
Maybe how I
Hello.
Sorry, I have to tag the baby in case she gets lost.
Where is your parent?
Sorry. Your phone number? 30. Your name?
My name is Dory.
Dory. There is a police tent the other side. You go there in case your child gets lost. Baby, Titi. Do you know your parents' number? 0. My name is Koina Joan. I work with Dwelling Places as a rebuild program manager, basically in charge of reconciliation, reintegration, and then family empowerment. We have come to support the team of other CSOs, but also the police that are entirely in charge of safeguarding children. For the past years, we have seen children get lost, and we are here to provide services. What we are doing, we are trying to tag the children by writing their caregivers' contacts on the tag, some on their body, so that in case they get lost, we are able to call the parents to come and pick the children from a designated safe space where their children are being kept.
So after walking around, I'm back at the children tent, and children are still getting lost sadly. So we are here until evening. The video is not yet done. Please keep watching. There's more stuff coming up. Very interesting stuff.
Yes? Kati, you came as, or your sister? It's your sister, eh? Aha, neani? Aha. No. Goka abantu babiri from Waka. Okay, Mama Bakitan? Yes. Babiri, eh? Sarah. Ate tata? Tata Bakitan? Mamanyi? Sina tata. Tobamanyi tata, eh? Sina tata. Obere ne kati omuntu ya taina omuntu wa Waka wamanyi simi. You don't have. Kati, how did you come? Oita paka Namugongo. Eh?
For last year, it was basically like 690,000 people attended. But this time, if, as I told you, yesterday it was reading like 1,900,000 and something people who had come here. And today it has been an explosion of numbers. Everywhere you look, there are people. So Yeah. And now for us here in the tent, of course, we are still here with the children who are lost, and is getting their contacts and numbers, probably a name or a place where they come from, such that it is easy to trace from where they come from.
Let's remember our ancestors in faith.
Some children cry, so it is not a matter of bringing them here and dumping them and they suffer from hunger. There is some water, there is some juice, there is some biscuits that is provided for them. And then there is also counseling for those who are crying or are feeling unwell and unsafe. So it is a whole package of making sure that the children are well safe and, you know, living nicely in the tent until their parents can come and collect them. You know, every preacher I've had here today is calling for political tolerance as we move into the election period. I mean, I've had people online beginning to, you know, Africans are writing their history, and you hear these voices of saying the Uganda Martyrs were spies and so they had to die. And the same voices will come and talk about how government now should treat opposition well, which in most cases doesn't really make sense. To me, even though they were spies, if you want to look at it that way, they did not deserve death. So even as they did not deserve death, so our opponents, political, should not be people whom we torment and torture, and we keep coming here to commemorate those who were killed many years back because they said no. We can disagree in a peaceful way. We can share thoughts and disagree without it turning to murder and torture and battery and making everybody miserable. This has been a very, very good message from the Catholic Church right here at Namugongo. We are back to the children, of course. Because of the slight rain, the tent has now been a combination of the lost and those who are found. So all those who are lost are still around, but then all those who also just came in for the rain are in. Do not get shocked and look at the numbers and say, wow, parents are becoming negligent and they are leaving all their kids just because of the rain. But you know, children being children, the play has to continue. They will stop when they are adults, like the way we did. Some of what is happening here is now the phone calls have begun. You remember the tagging that was done at the entrance? So they read the names off and then they begin calling the parent of where they can pick the child from. So I think that is the easiest one. Isn't that the easiest lot? Yeah. The others, the parents are nowhere to be found, and it has to take some time and process. Yeah.
But also some children are able to remember the numbers of their parents.
Oh.
And that helps us, like this one we have just called.
Yeah.
She had the number of the mother of her. And that is something that the parents can also be able to tell the children to master their numbers, so that whenever they're in problems, they can be easily reached also. Yeah.
By 6, when the children are nowhere, the parents are nowhere to be seen, they will be transported to CPS, where they will spend a night as the request for the homes to settle them or rehabilitate them, as we trace their homes and their relatives.
But also at that point, it is where the parents can follow up their children, and they can pick them from the police station, where they can be able to reconcile with their family members. So, so long as they are there, there is always a connection in between the police stations, and then they are always reunited in such a way. Yes, all the cases, they report to Child and Family Protection Unit, and then they help to share, to network those cases. Unfortunately, the big challenge with some of those cases which normally get lost, some people get their children and they never bring back the feedback to the police. And that is what explains why some missing children are not found. And that's why, because they don't care to give feedback to the police, but they get their children and then they don't give feedback to the police. And they went missing forever. And yet they are reconciled.
It is 34 minutes past 2. The mass has come to an end and people have been moving out, and also parents have been turning up to come and pick their children. Of course, the same principles and protocols remain the same. And by the way, police not only handles the children here, because down there they also handle adult cases, but it's a different desk. Now people come and report, and when as has been explained, when a parent turns up, you do not just pick a child and go. It has to be cleared out. The file has to be closed. And of course, as parents turn up, again, more children who have been lost but kept, like, were in other places are now also being brought. If you're a parent and watching this video, it is much easier to turn and say, those are careless parents. Let me tell you, a child can get lost anytime and you won't even know how they got lost. But one thing I've heard repeated over and over again, if your child has grown up, make sure they remember your phone number, such that there are people here, the phones are here, the airtime is there, but the child cannot even recite the contact of somebody who would get them from wherever they are supposed to pick them from. So let the children know your phone numbers. So the mass is finished, but there is one thing which people mostly do, that is carry the water from Namugongo. We used to have this water at home. My father would bring a whole jerrycan, and when it overrained, we would pour some out, water to calm the water. So I wanted to show you a little bit of what is here, and after the service, then how was the choir? Then I can continue taking you back to the children. I told you the primary story today is that the lost children. So a little of this and a little of that. Don't ask me how I got up here. Just enjoy the video. There is not much I can say. It is a fantastic view actually from here. So the Marine Police patrols here all throughout the day. I can imagine being there full time in the water. It's unbelievable. So after the events, people are taking selfies, greeting and planning to go home, and the announcements of the lost have begun coming out. That if you're lost, you go to the police, which means our tent. So it's also... Wow. So that has been an announcement for the lost and for the lost. Wow, an announcement. The lost and found are not found, but the lost are declaring themselves where they are. You people, this place is very wide. We are trying to look for where the tent is, and I'm also lost. Now who will find me? So the pilgrims have begun packing and leaving. As opposite to walking, after the event, they usually get taxis that take them back. After walking around like fools, we finally had the guts to ask. But by the way, every typical man, yeah, they say it is a common problem with men who cannot ask for direction. Here they will drive around for hours and hours until they finally accept. So we have finally accepted, and they have showed us where to find those who are lost. Yeah, if you can forget that we also got lost.
It's like they have stopped.
Yeah, they have stopped. Genda wali over. Yes. Yeah. So we came down here and we explained to parents, those who were looking for children, that there is a place where they can get their kids. Yeah, I hope all of them know that, such that they don't, getting worried because of a child who is lost. Well, there are parents who don't mind, but goodness me, it is unique pain. And one last reminder, why don't you like the video? And you comment something down there. I mean, anything, I have no problem. Whether negative, whether positive, a comment is a comment. And you can also subscribe. Why don't we go more into the content instead of me yodeling, these things that you know. You should have told them to tell like parents, like if
But they just gave everyone.
yeah, they just gave everyone to speak.
They are going there, they say, it's always good to refer people to the police.
Yeah.
Being in the same place.
Instead of it's okay, it's okay. I will send you. What do you use? WhatsApp, Telegram, Skype, email. Cheers! The smiles were too few to refuse. Okay. Yeah. Cheers is So it is 24 minutes past 4. As you can see, the numbers really reduced, but there are some who have also turned up. Of course, there are some who are crying. But we know that these guys will try all their best to make sure that they reach. So these ones will sleep here today, those who are not collected. Then tomorrow, that's when they will be moved over to CPS. The idea is that when they are here, their parents are also around, so they can come in and pick them. And tomorrow, when everybody is out of here, that means there is nobody who can come for them, and that's when they are moved to the CPS. So thank you for watching this video. Keep your children safe. This is the hard work and the teamwork that is put into these days, that to see that children are safe and united with their families and whoever came with them, their caregivers. So let's meet in the next video.
But let them first go there, then they come. Okay, you come. Mommy. Mommy, you come.
And said they did that for you. Come, baby, yeah? Oh, I got one. You come. Yangu ne mama.
Yo. She's the same. Aki, she's the same.
No. That one is looking for someone who called the house saying
This is for her.
not yours.
Yes.
But you are together.
But you are together.
Okay. So then that's the same information.
Next time when you move. What's your name? Mara.